Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for joining me this beautiful morning. I had to look at the window to verify that it was, in fact, a beautiful morning. And it is. It's pretty nice out, despite the storms we've been having lately. So, we warmed ourselves up with some Modeh Ani. How grateful we are to be up and moving this morning. Sort of the balance prayer to the Hashkivenu. When we do that at night, we're saying, God, please make sure I wake up in the morning. And in the morning, we say, God, thanks for letting me wake up this morning. And so now we are on page 289 of Mishkan Tefillah, and I'm going to put on my talis. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chitatef b'tzitzit. Now we'll continue with some songs of praise, some Pesuke de Zimra, some Birchot HaShachar, morning blessings, to get us all warmed up and ready to really pray this morning. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, va'ani berov chasecha avo vetecha, ashtachaveh elecha u'kodshecha me'yiratecha. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Adonai, ahavti me'od beitecha, u'mikom mishkan kevodecha. Va'ani ashtachaveh ve'echra'a, Evrecha lifnei Adonai osi. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani tefilati lecha, Adonai et ratzon. Elohim berov chasecha aneshecha. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Page 292. Elohai neshama shatata bi tehorahi. That the soul that animates our bodies are pure, and we give thanks to God for this gift of life and thought and the ability to pray. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. 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 We go on page 293 through 296 with the blessings of daily miracles, or Birkot HaShachar. And I invite you, as I read through the words on the page, to share the things that you are blessing this beautiful morning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sechli bina l'havchin ben yom u'ben layla, bina l'havchin ben yom u'ben layla. Our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokei haaretz al hamayim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaber. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten layayif koach. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir shena me'enai u'numa me'afapai. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'tzelem Elohim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, who has made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who girds the Jewish people with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who crowns the Jewish people with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Ashrei, ashrei, ashrei yoshvei beitecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. On page 306, if you are not singing yet, this is the time to start. Hallelujah, 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 well, because hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Bekurota. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Bekurota. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Kebekega shofar. Hallelujah, hallelujah, benev el vecino. All right. We have done all of the opening songs I know. That's not true, but it is time to move into our Shacharit service, and yet we still do not have a minyan, so we will instead, to segue in instead of the Kaddish, we'll just take a moment and think, hold in our thoughts all the things that we are praising God for this morning. The reason, in fact, actually, I invite you to put in the chat the reason that you are here this morning. What got you up on a Saturday morning, encouraged you to sign in to Facebook or YouTube? Why are we praying this morning? Some mornings I'm here because I said I would be. This morning I'm feeling the need a little bit more, the desire to pray, to come together as a community, to preach justice, and to ask God for the strength for us to work for justice. Needed comfort, a ritual. And now I call the 8 of you that are here to worship. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei choshech oseh shalom uvarei et hakol. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcomed than gold. A Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring them forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hameorot. God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully, we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and may their passion for their righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, abocher be'amo Yisrael ba'ahava. Facebook recently updated, I guess, how they do live streams. So it used to be automatically, I would see the scroll as new comments popped in, and now it's not doing that. So I have to remember to keep scrolling and seeing what you're all saying in there. So I apologize if I miss your response in a timely manner. As Ahava Rabbah states, God is one, unifier of humanity. And so we prepare ourselves now for these words of Torah that announce the oneness of God and our duty as humans to serve God through acts of loving kindness. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Page 321. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, shir chadasha shivchu geulim leshimcha al sfat hayam yachad kulam. הודו והמלכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופתחי ממך יהודה וישראל, גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל, ברך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. We come now to the Amidah, because we are still under 10. We're going to do a silent Amidah, but I encourage you to still at this time stand and read the words. Maybe take this opportunity as we are doing it silently to really look at the English and not just rely on the tune and saying it by rote, but really thinking about what these prayers are about. Also, it is traditional, so we'll still do the opening kavanah. I may open up my lips because it is traditional that even when we do a silent Amidah, you're still moving your lips and whispering. You should be saying the words, whether in Hebrew or in English, loud enough for you to hear it yourself, but not loud enough that if we were in person together, you would be disturbing the person next to you. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. נצור לשונה מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה עלי נפשי תדום בנפשי כעפר בקול תהיה אלוהי פתח ליבי בתורתך אלוהי נצור לשונה מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה עלי נפשי תדום בנפשי כעפר בקול תהיה אלוהי. We pray that our words, our mouths be protected from saying words we will later regret. The Amidah is bracketed by these two kavanot, not the prayers themselves that were canonized in the Talmud as part of the 18 or 7 blessings for weekday and Shabbat respectively, but these other two little prayers, not blessings, that bracket it. Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, God open my lips to praise you at the beginning, and Elohai Nitzur L'Shonei Meira Usfatai, hear that word again, Usfatai, my lips, keep them closed after the prayer. So bracketing that blessing that we use our words only for good things and not for things that we will later regret. Okay, let's go back though, because it's still Shabbat, it's still a joyous occasion. Let's do a little Vishamru. So page 328. No, that's not right. I can't find it in my Sharenu. Okay, so we won't do it. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And now we do have a minyan in time for our Torah service, which begins on page 362. I'm going to set this aside. Elohim Adonai ve'ein k'maasecha Malechutecha malechut kol olamim U'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai himloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom Harachamim Etiva v'rtzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki lecha levad batachnu Melech Aram Danisa Adon Olamim Ki metzion tetzei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim Baruch Shanatan Torah Baruch Shanatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael b'kdushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai iti U'romema Shemo Yachtav. Our blessings for the Torah reading are on page 368. The Torah portion this week is Parashat Naso, which, depending on your tradition, might start on chapter 4 or 6 this week. That's a Reform thing. Naso always begin. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, I'm going to be reading from chapter 6, verses 23 to 27. Baruch et Adonai hambarach. Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch et Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el Aharon ve'el banav lemor, ko ta'avarechu et bnei Yisrael emor lahem, yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ya'ar Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, v'sam'u et shemi el bnei Yisrael, va'ani avarechem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. While our Torah is still out, we turn our thoughts to those who are ill and in need of healing. As I read the names of those on our list, please share names in the chat of those for whom you are praying for healing. Mary Kennedy, Rosalind Cantu, Sharon Buell, Mike Howe, Lori Perry, Nick Joliot, Bernard Strassner, Fran Warona, Ariel Batsluga, Gail O'Neill, Rhoda Westler, Marion Finkel, Skip, Kathy, and Jeffrey Brace, Rhonda Butler, Ricky Grant, Mary Kennedy, I already said that, Ricky Grant, Shoshana Bat Abraham, Minna Dornfeld, John Manners, Michael Kumakawa, Neil Savage, Joey Jones, Juliet Arigi, Karen Kolb, Leslie White, and Shirley Kronig. Let's see, anybody? No, nothing in the chat. Okay. The Misha Berach is on page 371. And we hold in our thoughts all those in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha ha'avotenu, blessed and need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We honor the Torah. Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. See where it's spaced funky? Right there. Ooh. That's what I read. That's the priestly blessing. This week's Haftarah is the same as last week because of the way Naso is split up. So we're not going to do it because you surely all heard Adriana's amazing reading last week. Okay. Where did I put my sermon? Aha. Shabbat Shalom, y'all. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Naso, part 2 in the Reform world, and it includes the priestly blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. The Lord will bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. The Lord will deal kindly and graciously with you. Nisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. The Lord will bestow favor upon you and grant you peace. Now, as I mentioned last night, the root for the Hebrew word to bless, barech, is the same as that for knee. That's why we bow during the Baruch Hu. When we bow during the Baruch Hu, we deliberately bend our knees before hinging at the hips or at the waist. I just realized I forgot to plug in my computer again. Hold on. Got a notification that it's about to die. Let's do that before it dies on you. Okay. Yes. Knee, bending, bowing. The bending of the knee can be a powerful image for respect or loyalty. And we learned last week that it can also be an implement of death. I'm speaking, of course, of the murder of George Floyd, suffocated by a police officer who continued to keep his knee on George's neck even after George stopped breathing. 3 other officers looked on and neglected to interfere as George cried out that he couldn't breathe and called for his mother. His gasps, "I can't breathe," were hauntingly reminiscent of another murder 6 years ago when an NYPD officer performed an illegal chokehold on Eric Garner. Then, too, there were other officers nearby who could have intervened and didn't. The only person involved that faced criminal charges was the civilian who caught the incident on film. It's not like Eric Garner was the first, or that there have been no instances of police brutality between his death and George Floyd's. And unfortunately, I very much doubt that George will be the last, unless our country enacts drastic changes to our entire law enforcement and criminal justice system. While our nation mourns the death of George Floyd and tries to figure out what our future will look like, another police murder has gone unnoticed. On May 28th, Tony McDade was shot by Tallahassee police. The details are murky, but what is clear is that once again, another law enforcement officer failed to use the de-escalation techniques that they should all know and took the life of another Black trans man, whose death was then obscured by a better victim. And now we slide into June, widely considered Pride Month, no less. Now, for all those unclear on the history of Pride Month, it stems from as a commemoration for an event that began on June 28th, 1969, and is widely credited as kicking off the wide-scale movement for LGBTQ rights. That event, known as Stonewall for shorthand, was a riot. It was aimed at the police oppressing the LGBTQ community, who were the main patrons of the Stonewall Inn bar, but it also included bricks through windows and other property destruction. If not for this uprising, it is likely we would still be fighting for marriage equality, or that another riot would have happened since then to push us forward. And we would not have the pride parades and festivals and joyous things that normally mark our June. Despite the progress we have achieved in the last 50 years on that topic, there is still more work to be done, including the true heroes that got us where we are today. Harvey Milk, nice Jewish boy, also white-skinned, masculine-presenting, cisgender gay man, would not have been able to rise in political power if Martha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and Miss Major Griffin Gracie had not fought back against the brutal police repression that they faced, particularly as trans women of color. Trans people of color make up a disproportionate percentage of the victims of murder and sexual assault in this country, including but not limited to at the hands of officials. And often when it is at the hands of civilians, they have trouble seeking justice in our criminal justice court or having their perpetrators charged with hate crimes. Throughout our holy texts, God tells us again and again to love our fellow as ourselves, to care for the stranger, the widow, the orphan, in other words, the socially marginalized, to have one law applied equally to all residents among our people, regardless of race, religion, or citizenship status. When God calls out to our patriarchs and matriarchs and prophets, God is begging for help to redirect the people who have gone astray, to make peace, to fight for justice. God alone cannot undo the damage we have done to ourselves as a society, and God alone cannot bless us with the grace and peace of the priestly blessing if we do not bless each other, especially now in a time without priests anymore. It is all of our duty to bless each other. We must do the difficult work of pursuing true justice, something that looks totally unlike anything we've seen before, because up to now, it is clear that justice has not been served, and we are seeing the boiling over of a people too long ignored and kneeled on. We must uplift the voices of those too long unheard. We must honor our history and be honest with the unpleasant truths and stop whitewashing and pinkwashing state-sponsored violence. White people must do the difficult work of owning up to white privilege. Cisgender heterosexuals must do the work of acknowledging their privileged queer identities and relationships. And that even includes white cisgender heterosexual Jews who also carry their own stories of trauma and bigotry, because oppression and privilege, they're not a zero-sum game. This is not a competition. We are in this together. Our liberation is bound up together. Now, I expect many of you are uncomfortable by some of this. I encourage you to sit with that feeling. Inspect why you feel uncomfortable and let it propel you toward change. Growth never comes from sitting in our comfort zones. After Shabbat, I am happy to talk more with anyone who still has questions about what I've said here. We don't get anywhere by simply walking away. We must wrestle and engage with our disagreements. That is what it means to be Jewish. Israel means wrestling with God. And sometimes that means also wrestling with each other, metaphorically. Black lives matter. Queer lives matter. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God lift God's face toward you and give you peace. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. We turn toward our concluding prayers, returning the Torah to the Ark on page 374. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nizkar shemo levado, hodo kol eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lechol chasitav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Etz Chaim hi, Machazikim ba, V'tzomcheha, Me'ushar Deracheha, Darchei Noam, V'chometivoteha, Shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva, Kadesh Yameinu Kedem. While our ark is still open, we flip to the Aleinu on page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'ateh tefillah liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samchalkenu kahem, v'gor alinu kechol hamonav, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, u'lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nehemar, v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, Yehiye Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. This week marks a yard site for Isabel Manning, Gail Laban-O'Flaherty, Molly Chasm, Claire Chu, Marie Simon, Eric Markowitz, Rebecca Friedman, Neil H. Porter, and Latanya Haggerty. And we are still within a year of mourning for Sophie Levy, Donna Thatcher, Deborah Freelander, Miriam Finkel, Harold Herman, Nancy Hollowitz, Roland Laramie, Mindy Ferenz, Moishe Deutsch, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, Bob Katz, Roger Haug, Paula Cooper, Ernie Weissman, Doris Oleski, Sandra Lenag, David Avery, Art Rich, Jason Brown, Louis Petrozello, Gary Lines, Dorothy Wolf, John DiNicola, George Floyd, Brianna Taylor, and Tony McDade. If anyone else has names to share, please do so. The Mourners Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Ve'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Ta'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 V'imru amen. A few announcements while you grab your grape juice and challah or morning croissant or whatever you're blessing this morning for Kiddush and Motzi. Tonight at 8 p.m. there will be Havdalah streaming on Facebook and Instagram. Tomorrow at 1 there will be Adult Ed as we wrap up our look at Reform Responsa through the case study of the evolution of Reform views on gender and sexuality. Next week, we will segue into a new but related topic. So if you haven't joined us so far, next week is a great time to jump in. We will be discussing Reform life more generally. Thursday's Torah study at noon. We are beginning a summer series. Will kick off June 30th with Sander Gilman presenting on aesthetic surgery, the Jews, and the invention of beauty. So please go ahead and RSVP to that. And also, if you have something to present, an expertise, it doesn't have to be academic or Jewish related, but just something that people should know and you know how to do, please reach out. We would love to fill out the rest of our summer schedule with lots of peer-led learning. Teen Game Night will continue the third Saturday of every month. Last week was so successful, so June 20th at 8 p.m. is our next one. And I think that's it for now. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. Let's use the cinnamon one. It's still whole. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. V'te'avon. Oh, I also want to say, our annual congregational meeting is coming up. You should be getting something in your email or snail mail soon about voting and such. It will be done on Zoom, so voting will be a little different, but the regular mail-in absentee ballots or proxy will still be available in addition to in-person voting in the Zoom room. So now is also the time, if you are a member, to renew your membership. If you're not a member, good time to start thinking about joining. And if you are not a member and don't think you're going to join, you live far away, but you've enjoyed our online services, it's a good time also to just consider, please, supporting our work. Check out our website, our Facebook page, our Instagram, whatever, and leave a little donation for us. Whatever you can afford is appreciated. If you've appreciated our online services during the pandemic, please support us so that we can continue growing our beautiful community. And now we conclude with Adon Olam on page 625 of Mishkan Tefillah. Adon Olam asher malach v'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa b'chefza kol Adon melech shemo nikra Adon Olam asher malach v'terem kol yitzir nivra אחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא. ואין שני להמשילו והחפירה ובראשית ובתכלית ולא העוז והמשרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבי בעת צרה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא בידו אפילו רוחי בעת תישן בעירה Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Be safe, be well, have a very restful day, and we'll see you tonight at Havdalah.